Today we've got Anthony Bear, who, unlike Level Earth Observer, actually admits he's a flat earther. So, apparently daylight proves the Earth's flat. I personally would argue the opposite, but let's see what he says.
On July 8th, 99% of the world is lit up.
Happening right now across the globe. As of about 3 minutes ago, 7:15 Eastern Time, 99% of the entire world's population.
I may have to turn off the music or something because he's playing Metallica in the background. I believe it's Nothing Else Matters.
Thing to bring us all together, literally to bring all of us together, because at this moment, I'm talking right now, 7:15, 99% of the population of the Earth is in some sort of daylight or sunlight. Now, this is due to the fact that the Earth has a tilt to it, 23.5 degrees. So it's the way it's rotating around the sun and the way it's orbiting in general. But right now, at this time in the calendar year, this doesn't happen.
So he's playing the clown over his face.
It only happens today, and it only happens right now. 7.6.
Just by that alone, I'm guessing he doesn't necessarily agree with that what that guy's saying. Okay, but you got to remember, it's not 99% of the world is in light. It's 99% of the world's population is in light. So I'm assuming, I could be wrong, I'm assuming that Australia's in darkness. And that's relatively it. You got to remember, Russia consists of a large portion of the world. I'm going way too far off camera. It consists of a large portion of the Earth. But most of the population is on the western side. I have to go through it in my head. It's on like the western side of Russia, you know, closer to Europe, with Moscow, St. Petersburg, or as they would say, Moskva. Because I think it was named after the river there, the Moskva River, but I can't remember. So a lot of the population from Russia is on one side. China's also relatively close-ish. I mean, it might just be in light. Then you got America, who also might just be in light. I don't really know, but that's just my first instance. I will probably look it up just to make sure and have a good understanding of it, but that's just my guess to begin with. It makes sense. I mean, the Earth's tilted, so a lot of the northern hemisphere would be there. Most of the world's population is in one small area in comparison to the entirety of the globe. Let's carry on, see what he says about it.
8 billion people are in daylight or in twilight. The only spots that are not in daylight right now are Australia, Papua New Guinea, and New Zealand. Outside of that, the rest of the world is in daylight. You like that?
Let's make a model.
Yeah, so there you can see that America is in the beginning of a day or at the end of the day, and the opposite side of the world's in the opposite side. It's hard to view the scale of the world when it's in a picture or a map like it is shown there. Because it's a globe, you wrap that around a globe, the scales are going to change. Africa is a lot bigger than it's shown there, and North America is a bit smaller. The more northern you go, the more scales are skewed.
So, okay, here's our globe. We're going to set it up at 19 degrees. Because that's where it should be on July 8th.
So he's trying his best.
Okay,
I'll give him that.
The sun shining on the globe at 19 degrees. Now let's take California and put it in the dark.
Yeah, okay.
So turn the globe.
Half of that land should be, but the rest shouldn't.
Australia and New Zealand.
And Papua New Guinea. So let's use his own video, right? First off, let's go back a bit. Right, so we're at 253. Let's go back a bit. So he is using a spotlight. As you can see, a very clear, definitive line there from his spotlight that's hitting it at one side. There's no fade, or almost no fade. But as we go back into the video a bit more, when we get to the news report, there you go, that bit. You can see, I can actually get my mouse. There we go. A bit of fade going through. Even their little graph is trying to show that the Earth is fading. I mean, technically this area is dark, you know, and that's got quite a bit of population in. So they're just trying to expand this number to fit in because they're just about getting a little bit of light in there. And same on this side, I guess. I mean, to be fair, it is actually showing a lot of Russia in this graph, but you get my point. This isn't a perfect representation. So maybe I could explain this better. But then again, I don't feel like I need to go too in-depth on it, because if you think about it, he believes in flat Earth. Now, they argue on a regular basis about how day and night works, and having 99% of the world in light is pretty much the only way flat Earth would work. The fact that we don't experience that every day is a problem to the flat Earth model. As demonstrated by him right now, look, we got the spotlight. If this was a ball of fire like the sun, it would be spreading light in all directions. He's currently using a spotlight, which is creating those definitive lines that were also an issue before. But you can see his spotlight here. It should be covering the majority of the flat Earth, because the light would be dispersed in all directions, but it doesn't.
Okay, so let's put our sun about 11 o'clock, like it's supposed to be.
Not like it's supposed to be. As you can see, the light is literally directly over the North Pole, and it would be at all times. But from the flat disk, it would also be over Antarctica at all times, but only in a certain section of it. And as he goes around, Antarctica would experience a very weird day-night cycle, according to the flat Earth. Some parts of it would have a spotlight literally going around it, as it's the edge of a disk. And that's how the sun's moving. But no, the Antarctica experiences daylight kind of like the North Pole does, which kind of works when you've got the North and South Pole like this, and the sun's on one side of it. I'm going too far out. And it's shining like that. It makes sense on the globe, but it doesn't on this. So again, it's the flat earthers using a single model to try and explain something that doesn't fit with any of their other models.
It works pretty well. That's pretty awesome.
And then he just, you know, it's amazing scenario. It's great. And then tries, I don't know, cancelling it. The fact that he's playing Nothing Else Matters by Metallica means he's probably looking at all other science and going, nothing else matters, only this. Thank you for watching. Let me know if there's any other videos you'd like me to take a look at, and I'll be happy to do so.